Now, we are talking about a certain club legend who has won it all, has been there, got the when he come back to the football club, people standing outside the training ground, 45-year-olds couldn't wait for this man to put on a Spurs shirt again, and that man's Gareth Bale. And the reason we're talking about him is, one, his comments the other day about his future and going forward, which is, his agent has said they've been taken out of context, but this is what he said. He said, going into the Euros, I wanted to be match fit. The original plan was to do a season at Spurs and after the Euros still have a year left at Real Madrid. Craig, what do you make of that?
What are Spurs the gym group? Are they Easy Gym? What is this? Why are they being used as some sort of training facility for you to get your career, which, by the way, is at the tail end, back on track? I don't understand that. His stock's been low for the last few years. We bring him back to Spurs, give him a hero's homecoming. All kinds of people standing outside the training ground. He looked buzzing. We did a whole press run. We had the jokes. Kane, Son, Bale. Oh, everyone's going to be scared. The new MSN, Messi, Suarez, Neymar. It was everything. Half of the season, he's been not up. He hasn't been up for it. You could just tell. Then he had that little burst a couple weeks ago where he looked good. And then North London derby. And I don't know what's gone on now. And then it seems like the communication between him and Mourinho once again has broken down. We saw after the Zagreb game, Jose basically called out a couple of players. He said, listen, a few players got attitude problems. They're not adjusting their attitude and taking these games seriously. And then obviously the Villa game came and we didn't see Bale. Yeah. We didn't see Dele. There's a couple of players we didn't see.
Yeah.
And
then
Bale,
making a point.
Bale comes out, goes on international duty, and then once again we see the banner living up to its reputation, which is Wales, golf. And he's not even Madrid now or Spurs. I don't know what the third thing is, but it's just Wales is number one for him. Money. There we go. Cash.
Money.
Fiat currency.
I mean, Darren, what do you make of that? Because as a player, right, you've been there. We all say things in press conferences. Afterwards, you go away and you think, probably shouldn't have said that. And, I don't think he's been meaning to be disrespectful to Spurs fans and Spurs as a football club, because he's done so well there over the years. But in terms of Spurs being the club that they are, a huge football club, it was disrespectful.
It was. I was hoping, before I see it, I was hoping it was taken out of context, as things normally are. But I actually see the interview, and it wasn't taken out of context, and it kind of looked like he had a little smirk on his face as well as he was saying it.
It was like,
now, problem is he going to sign for Tottenham? I don't think he is. No, unless they're not going to even pay him what they're paying him now.
Do you want him to? Really?
No. I wanted him to a couple of weeks ago when he
looks better than him.
When he was on form, but he's come off form again. Now, 600 grand a week they're reporting. It's not even reporting. They're saying he's on. He's going to have to take a huge pay cut. He's going to have to take a pay cut from what he's on now at Tottenham alone. Not to mention the wages that Real Madrid are paying him as well. He's got a year left. Who's going to give up 600 grand a week? I don't think he is. And he's fit for Wales. It's what he wanted. I don't think he's going to give up that wages for no one. Yeah,
in terms of what he's done for Spurs, though, Craig, you can't take away the fact that he was the guy for Spurs for a while. With Pochettino, with Villas-Boas, he was amazing, right?
Yeah, but that was a decade ago. Things move on. You're Gareth Bale now. We get it. You've got 4 Champions Leagues under your belt. Incredible. All these titles. You've done things in La Liga. But for me, he didn't need to say that there. He could have waited until the end of the season, put out a statement saying, listen, it's been a tremendous season. I'm going back to Madrid now. And we could have just formed our own opinions. Maybe it wasn't working with Jose. Maybe whatever it happened to be. You coming out saying that now during the international break, it just seems a bit arrogant to me. It's just a bit like, Wales, I just care about Wales. I want to be here. I care about Wales way more.
Well, that was the thing. I've played with Gareth, and he always, and I've always said this, he had like a very quiet arrogance about him. He believed in his own ability. He knew where he wanted to be. He wasn't sort of very, he didn't go out with the lads, didn't really sort of mix with them too much, but he had a quiet arrogance of where he wanted to go as a football player. And I feel like now when you start to come to the back end of your career and you start going down, you've got to humble yourself a little bit. And when you talk about football clubs, the way or things that have been going on, you've got to humble yourself a little bit, get in the real world, because you're on the way down and you can tarnish a lot of the great things that you've done by saying something like he did.
Why he said it, I'm literally lost for words why he said it, because it is outrageous to say something like, with 9 games left, when you're competing for the top 4. I'll be surprised if he's in that starting team again with Mourinho. The way Mourinho is and the way he handles players like that, it's just a complete lack of care.
Can fans now begrudge Mourinho if he doesn't start Bale or feature him now? Can they now?
If we're not winning.
If we're not winning, they can.
Yeah, you got to play something. You can't say over the last month. All right, the last 2 or 3 games, he's not been great, right? He's gone missing again. But for a month, a period where he was electric.
But is it fair to say that Lamela and Moura have been given more these last few weeks?
Recently,
they've been playing out their socks, and we know they ain't got the quality he possesses. We know they're not the brand he is. But at the end of the day, we need people that are going to give their all to the cause right now. I think Bale's. Yeah, I didn't respect it.
You didn't respect it, but do you still respect what he's done?
Of course, you can't not respect what he's done. That goal against West Ham at the Bowling Ground last minute, and when that's what memories, San Siro memories. He's a fantastic player, always will be a fantastic player. But yeah, for it to end the way it did, it's like when Henry came back to Arsenal. I don't want to have to bring him up, and he had the beard, remember? And he scored that goal. Obviously, he wasn't there as long, and it was. But he came back and he left and he kept the fans on board. Why would you do? And the thing that hurt me about the statement the most, and I don't really get hurt about what players say, to be honest. I work in the industry. I know what it's about. But it's like, you gave rival fans the opportunity to clown us from that. Yeah. And they did. They took it with both hands. I saw Arsenal fans, everyone, making fun of us with that statement.
Yeah.
Why do that? Why? We just lost the North London derby. Why give them a bit more ammo? People have already been ripping us because we got excited about your arrival earlier on in the season and it didn't quite come to fruition. And everyone's like, you thought Bale was going to be the guy. We've had to put up with that all season. You get that little burst of form and we're getting excited again. And then you just pop it with that. What are you doing?
Have you ever done an interview where you've said something and you've had a fan backlash and you thought, shouldn't have done that?
Not in terms of that. I didn't do an interview that got a bit of backlash. I was getting on the bus. We'd just lost for Crystal Palace, and a reporter come to me. I knew him quite well actually, and he come to me and said, "Look, can you talk about it?" And I said, have you spoke to the press guys? Like, I just wanted to get on the bus. I could smell the pizza on the bus. I just wanted to get on.
Yeah.
So I said, I'll speak to them and I'll talk to you. And then the next day in one of the nationals was Ambrose Palace players are banned from speaking to the media, and I had to go into the manager and say, look, I didn't say this. But it was Dougie Freeman at the time, and he said, I've been stitched up a bit before. So
yeah, but sometimes did you get beat?
Yeah, we lost. Yeah.
So sometimes after a game, it's the best form of just don't say nothing.
Yeah,
because you're emotional. You
put
can
it
say
on
things
to the
you
press
don't
guys, and you just say, have you asked them? And if not, then why he's done it, I don't know. You know what Bale's going to do? He's going to sit out the last year at Real Madrid. He's not going to play on his 600 grand a week, and then he's going to end up at China. I don't know, Inter Miami or something like that.
Oh yeah. I'll probably get a season ticket for that.
I can't wait until this Bale saga ends in football, period. I'm bored of it. Bored. It's been going on for years. His agent, Bennett, all of it. Just go. Please, I'm done now. The whole saga is just getting tedious.
It's sad. It's sad the way it's ended.
Yeah. As someone who's been a legend in the game as well, with 4 Champions Leagues, and he doesn't leave. Does he leave the legacy of a David Beckham or someone like that? Probably not.